Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
Well, we couldn't be more excited than be with you on the 4th of July, on our 4th of July special right here in the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHES, located right in Newhall now. That's right, where all the activity is going to be today, and we're glad to be sharing today. Hopefully you had your pancake breakfast already with the Rotary. Our good friend Steve Korn is the man, the myth, the legend. He's actually me the second half of the show going over with me all the activities happening today for the 4th of July, because you couldn't be in a better place than Santa Cruz for the 4th of July. And we have some great guests for you today talking about some opportunities in real estate that you probably did not know about and should know about, especially now with the limited amount of inventory and the ability to try to get into a home, because you need to get into a home now because you're going to be priced out. Trust me on that. So today, we'd love you to enter the Vault Media Studio, and the only way you can enter the Vault, because you don't have a key, is to go to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com. Click on the live streaming button, and voila, you enter the studio. We have 3 live HD cameras here, so you can see myself and my new co-host, Mr. David Santana. Welcome aboard, buddy.
Thank you very much.
That's right. We've booted Gino out for good behavior. Actually, he's actually taken the same advice we've been giving you now for months and months and months for the last 2 years, is to get off the fence and buy a home. And Gino just bought his new home, and he's in the middle of moving, and his wife, Nella, will not let him out of her sight. So David's helping me out with co-hosting today. We have Steve Korn joining us for the second half of the show. You know Mr. Steve Korn, always good. And then we had the very beautiful, you'll recognize the last name, Mrs. Mayra Santana. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Don, for inviting me.
Oh, it's always great. Mayra's been on the show numerous times for a reason. She's a broker owner, a Sunrise Dream Realty, just a fabulous person, always looking to the nines. I'm telling you, you want to go on donandgino.com and see you're always beautiful and ready for business.
Thank you very much, Don. I love what I do. I do have a passion of helping families to reach their dream of homeownership.
Well, we have a pretty good topic about that today, don't we?
Yes, because that's one of the highest missions for HUD.
Okay, so what we're going to go over today is there's some opportunities a lot of you did not know about. And we had the expert of experts on HUD homes, which basically are FHA homes. And Mayra's going to help me explain the details of a HUD home, because a lot of times when you hear about a HUD foreclosure, all you may think about is that it's some home that's dilapidated, falling apart, and that you have to fix up somehow. On the contrary, it's not that way, is it, Mayra?
No, a lot of people has the idea of being a low-end, kind of property, like it needs a lot of repairs, and they're not. Currently, we do own a property here in Stevenson Ranch that is HUD-owned, and it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and it's going for $550,000. Hardwood floors, a spacious, open, high ceilings, open floor plan.
Anything wrong with this home?
Well,
other than it being a HUD foreclosure?
Well, HUD, yes. HUD is not a program, it's a seller. It stands for Housing Urban Development.
Right.
So HUD acquires this property as a result of a foreclosure on an FHA loan. So if somebody were to buy a home as a first-time buyer and they put a minimum down payment, they get an FHA loan. If they don't make the payments, the property goes back, to the lender, and the lender has an insurance under FHA.
Right.
So FHA takes it and give it back to HUD, which turns around and resell it to recover some of the loss. So these properties, even though are sold as is, they make sure that they're safe, secure, and marketable. So even though they're sold as is, the buyer has the right to do a home inspection and investigate the condition of the property. But this property...
This is a government-backed home, basically.
Yes, exactly. So they're great properties, a great pricing, and there's a lot of benefits when buyers buy them as owner-occupant.
No doubt about it. Okay, again, if you just tuned into the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, we're here with Mayra Santana, broker owner of Sunrise Dream Realty, going over some opportunities you may have in purchasing a HUD foreclosure. On top of it, we have Mr. David Santana, one of our top mortgage planners here, and who has joined our team here to help a lot of you with your dream of home ownership, and that means finding the right type of loan. And David, I know you like FHA loans, don't you, buddy?
I love it.
Yeah, you're an expert at it.
Yeah. We've been doing FHA transactions for a long time. I had the background of 25 years as a real estate broker before I have the privilege to join your company as a mortgage planner, and it's a way for a lot of people to get into their first house.
Well, what's nice, you couldn't talk about a great team. I mean, between finding the right home and financing the right home and really caring, because the reason you guys are on the show and why we have you back all the time, why we're so fortunate to have you join Skyline Home Loans, David, is that you guys really care. You put so much effort into finding the right home, explaining the benefits of some of these opportunities with HUD, let alone other homes, of course. And we'll go into that, too, because you're not just HUD homes. You are, as far as I'm concerned, Mayra, I think you're one of the premier HUD experts. And you represent HUD, but also a company, BLB Resources, is that right? That basically the contractor for HUD?
Yes, so I'm contracted directly by BLB Resources. BLB Resources was awarded to be the asset manager in California last year in March of 2014. So they're contracted by HUD, and I'm contracted by BLB Resources.
Well, that's kind of nice. They chose you.
Yes,
That's
yes.
very smart
It
of
was
them.
a very long process, but I've been doing these properties, these HUD-owned properties, for over 8 years. So I'm very experienced.
All right. So don't worry. We're going to go into some details of what the differences are between a HUD home and any other home out there, and some of the advantages. We're not going to have time on this segment. The second segment, though, we are going to go into details of how you get into an FHA HUD home, the values of that, the advantages of it. There's quite a few advantages of. And David, you mind we're going to go over a little bit about the loan process, the FHA advantages, right, buddy?
Right.
Because there's a lot of advantage. A lot of you, believe it or not, Mayra, when we do our research we also have the National Real Estate Cafe, as you know. So we do a daily blog now on what's happening in the real estate market, what's happening in the economy, and so forth. One of the things when we bring up reports, believe it or not, that 50% of you out there still believe, for some reason, unless you listen to our show on a regular basis, that you need to have 15 to 20% down to buy a home. Not true, huh?
Not true. And the beauty about HUD is that they can pay up to 3% towards buyer's closing cost. And they can buy with a minimum of 3.5% down payment. So
That's right, huh? 3.5% down, huh?
Only that.
Now 3.5% down, David. Can that be a gift?
Of course. that's the beauty of it. And they have many advantages to go FHA.
Right.
Besides, they can, since they are first-time buyers, they can get a little bit better rate than the regular loans.
Okay, and I agree. They're fantastic loans. We'll go into some of the details again about HUD, some of the details about FHA, purchasing a home, how you get them, and all that. Because I'm telling you, there's so many advantages to doing that. And of course, you guys are pretty strong, I would imagine, in the Hispanic community. I know you're heavily involved, both of you guys, in NAREP.
Yes.
There's a big event that just happened on Tuesday, right?
Yes, I am. Actually, we're having a event happening tonight at Saturday. Yes, yeah. We had an event. We had an event last Tuesday.
It was a big event. You had like a whole show put on for it, huh?
Yes, it's 53 and 1 million. They're talking about a person who came in, an immigrant who came in and had nothing, and now he turned out a very successful man, an immigrant.
Well, you see that a lot of success stories and stuff,
Yes.
and we'll talk about that too, Ira. Because what's it? 53% of all homes being purchased right now are from. It's a pretty high number. It's 40% or 53% of all homes purchased right now are from a Latino background.
It's about 53%.
Okay, so quite a few out there.
Yes.
So it's a pretty strong, and this is good for all of us. Just so you know, you go, okay, Latino population is now moving in, but this is helping all of us. These are the people that are helping grow our business. These are people that are helping grow your value in your home. The Latino population is becoming one of our largest new homeowners, and it's helping all of us grow the value of our homes, move into the homes, give us opportunities to buy our next home, and so forth. So that's a big deal.
Yes. And, with HUD, if they buy FHA financing, there's so many benefits. They do provide with the termite report and clearance and Section 1 items. They provide with lead-based paint stabilization. They do many things for the buyers so they can go FHA financing.
Nice. All right. So you don't want to go away because, again, we're sharing here with Mayra Santana with Sunrise Dream Realty and David Santana with Skyline Home Loans, a great Skyline. And we're going to go a little bit more in detail of some opportunities you have to get a HUD home, how you can get and look at the HUD homes and know about the HUD homes. You're working with one of the best that knows all about the HUD homes. David's going to talk about how to finance them, so don't go away. These opportunities are amazing on this fine, beautiful 4th of July. Thank you for joining us on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We'll be right back.